With 24 teams competing for this year's AFCON, we finally get to see a round of 16 on the African continent. Josh, so much to look forward to. This AFCON has been full of surprises, so many upsets, the underdogs thriving. Your take on the whole tournament?
It's been a wild ride so far. So many, everything that a tournament needs: controversy, great performances, some lackluster performances, couple of people flopping.
Goodbye, Ghana, by the way.
And as well as Algeria. I know you were backing them to go all the way, the defending champions out. But yeah, it's had everything so far, and it's only going to get more exciting.
I suppose Nigeria, Cameroon, the hosts have been fantastically well so far. But I suppose Nigeria are the team that everyone has earmarked as the favourites.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they've got the quality players, but a lot of the teams have quality players. And for the bigger team that has the quality players, they seem to be put more together, you know?
Yeah,
more effort from them. But there's a lot of effort from all the teams, a lot of passion from all the teams when you're playing for your country. But I think coaching-wise, they look like they press well, they're defending as a unit, they're attacking as a unit. Some teams seem a bit disjointed, but they seem to be the favourites, and I guess that's why.
You think they can beat Tunisia to get to the quarterfinals?
Look, Tunisia is going to be a tough one. I think that's one of the main underdogs that can really make it a bit further, that has a big shout at maybe making the semis. But I think Nigeria might just have a bit too much for them. They have taken favourites for a reason now, and I think that they are tipped to go all the way in my opinion.
Yeah, I suppose Tunisia, along with Egypt, who are also carrying that North African flag. I know it's North Africa versus West Africa. It seems to be that way, that sort of pattern. But Egypt, of course, taking on Ivory Coast, who you also have fancied all the way.
Look at that section of the bracket seems to be a bit of a difficult run. If we can, I'm saying we. If Ivory Coast gets through, if Ivory Coast gets through Egypt, they then face, I think it is Morocco. So they have a tough run in their hands. But I think they have the ability. They showed that they can take on the bigger teams in Algeria. It's not like Algeria played poorly. They weren't at their best, but Ivory Coast really took it to them. And
they made them look ordinary.
They were able to put the goals past. The fourth one looked brilliant, but unfortunately just slightly offside. I think Sebastian Haller has been formidable for the team, even though the wingers have been interchanging. He's been that target man and he's been performing well in the front line. I think they can do it.
Suppose that's good news for Liverpool supporters. You expecting the Egyptian pharaoh to go back to England?
I would like him to stay a little bit longer at the AFCON and enjoy the Cameroon and the surroundings, but they haven't been where I feel that they can be. Similar for Algeria. I think they go home in the round of 16.
Let's talk about Liverpool's other star player, of course, Sadio Mane for Senegal. They faced the Cape Verde Islands. Thoughts on that? Cape Verde, a devastating team to play against.
Yeah, I mean, they obviously have a lot of international players coming in, and they're gelling really well. They're fighting for the flag. I mean, maybe some of them weren't born in the country, but they found a place to call their home, and they're looking to fight for the country. But
it's Senegal.
Yeah. Yes, they didn't. You could argue either way. Defensively, excellent. I think Kyoto has been controlling the midfield really well. Koulibaly came in a bit late. Obviously, him and Mendy came in the last fixture. They look decent, but they can only build from there. But defensively, I think Senegal, they are really strong and they could go all the way with that.
Do you think it's worked for them playing that three defensive midfielders sets up? Of course, you mentioned Kouyaté, there's Idrissa Gueye. There's a lot of defensive units who love getting up and down the pitch, but more so that responsibility to ensure that nothing's conceded.
Yeah, I mean, just one goal to get through. That was that's shocking. But at the same time, I think maybe defending going forward first. That's the game plan. Maybe they'll open up a bit more in the groups in the knockout stages. But that defensive block that they have is working well for them. Maybe that's the game plan, and that could do a world of good for them.
Let's call it an upset in this round of 16. I mean, the AFCON has been full of surprises. For me, Gabon to get to the quarterfinals without Aubameyang, their star player, nobody gave them a chance. In fact, even with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, everyone expected, some sort of the heavy hitters of the group stage. But they've been excellent. They've surprised me. They've, taken every game by the scruff of its neck. I think they'll get through to the quarterfinals. Yeah,
I think they do excellently. I mean, taking out the players that have left, I don't like mentioning them by name. It hurts me.
But because they might be leaving somewhere else.
Yes, as well. But I think that Gabon have performed really well as a team. Similarly to Nigeria, they don't have the quality of them, but similarly they perform well together as a team. But if I have to call it upset for this round of fixtures, the one that I would call would be Cape Verde.
Oh, to beat Senegal.
Yeah, to take Senegal off the board.
Sure, so Mane and Salah back at Liverpool for next game. Of course, we've seen that once you arrive in England, you play on the same day. But that's a story for another day. That is the thoughts of myself, Jason Nagel, as well as Joshua Gaillard. For more AFCON content, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until next week, Josh.
Cheers.
Cheers.
For more soccer betting tips and previews, get your latest copy of Soccer Betting News for only 10 Rand at your nearest Hollywood Bets branch or news agent.